What up, everybody? It's your boy, the Dirty Saiyan, back at you again with another Dragon Ball Legends video. And as always, you are now chilling with me in the Dirty Lounge. So today, I'm going to be covering the fast approaching Christmas and New Year's banner. And I'll be giving some of my predictions on what I think Legends is up to and what has a high likelihood of being dropped for these holidays. Now, before we get started, I would like to first apologize for the lack of content these last few weeks. My work schedule has changed from nights to days, and I've also been kind of swamped with, your typical dad and husband duties in preparation for the holidays. So it's always hectic around this time of the year in my household, as I'm sure many of you can relate to. So that being said, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, and help me out a little bit so I can get this channel growing a little bit. I've been away from the game for a couple weeks, and I want to get back into it and start making some more consistent videos, I should say. Now, that being said, cue that intro and let's get into it. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So, the holiday banner. Now, I have two main predictions for what I think or believe Legends is going to be dropping on us, and I want to kind of go over the color typing of those predictions. So if we look back at last year's banner, you will recall it was primarily focused on the core team for the GT tag. Now, that was the purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the red Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and the blue Super Baby 2. Now, at the time, they were all very solid units with amazing stats, and their kits were fantastic. Fast forward to today, and you'll notice that the GT team ain't getting no love at all. In fact, they're just about scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of the meta. So the tag has fallen far, my friends, and it was once one of my favorite teams to run, but now it's just a fond memory. Where they once dominated the meta for a few good months, I would say. They are now ignored mostly. Now, that being said, I fully expect to see finally a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta unit drop for this banner. Now, one of, if not my absolute favorite Saiyan character in all of the Dragon Ball lore is the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He was just built different, man. Now, if they build him like I hope they do, his Z ability is probably going to double buff the strike, attack, and defense for the GT tag at the early stars, and I would say likely to buff the fusions at 6 stars and up. Now, if they drop him, I do fully expect to see his typing be yellow, and he would probably, obviously replacing the now tragically terrible Sin Shenron. He was great at the time when he released. He had the endurance, which was very helpful, but he wasn't strong. He just couldn't, he couldn't deal damage. He just really couldn't. And it was very apparent that he wasn't going to last for very long in terms of how quickly they began ramping up the meta after that point. Now, I'm debating whether or not this Gogeta would be an LF unit. And let's say they did make him an LF unit, his finisher is likely going to be the Big Bang Kamehameha. That's a very big if, though. I have a little bit of doubt whether or not they would drop an LF unit so close to the one we just had with UI Goku. I think they're going to want to hang on to that option to drop that later down the road, because that's a hype unit. That's really a hype unit. And again, you're going to get some angry people if you drop another LF unit so quickly after everybody spent tons of money and Chrono Crystals chasing UI Goku very recently. So that's still up in the air. As far as what he should have, what he needs to have is a cover rescue of some kind, since the GT tag is probably one of the only tags that does not have a cover rescue unit. And that's been hurting them a lot, since so many teams now have at least one, maybe two. Now, if it was up to me, I'd hold off on the LF, just for the simple fact that we literally just got the UI Goku, and I don't want to chase another LF for a while. I really don't. I dropped a bunch. I only got to pull him once, and I was out that banner. I'm not going back in for it. I'm saving for the holidays. So now, if they primarily focus on the GT tag just like they did last year, we'll have plenty of. There's just so many options that they could go with. You've got Oob. You could even do Maju, but I doubt they would do him before releasing an Oob character. They have the other Shadow Dragons like Nova, Shenron, and whatnot. There's still lots of options for units here. And on top of that, the GT tag does not have a Zenkai. And if I have to guess, the one that I think they would probably be best off giving a Zenkai would probably be the Red Hyper Metarildo. That would be helpful, and it would kind of resurrect the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on, as a red, because now that's assuming that the Hyper Metarildo buffed red GT units, which I would fully expect him to do. Now, this option would be a good shot at resurrecting that Vegeta. It would give him some buffs, much needed buffs, to get back into somewhere close to meta relevance, and at least give him the chance to be effective somewhat on the GT tag, because he's a glass cannon. His blast damage still does really well. However, he can't take a hit for nothing. So GT really only needs the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, a Zenkai unit, and one other unit probably to replace either Super Baby 2 or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I think we could scrape by with just that bare minimum of 3 strong units, and we could totally revamp the GT team. That tag could finally get back up, and I would say possibly back into the top 5 team as a contender in PvP relevance and the meta. Now, my other unit that I would be predicting, if they didn't focus only on the GT tag, and they have been hinting at this recently, and it looks like it's a very real possibility that they're going to drop a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now, as far as color typing goes, if they're smart, I would say they would make him yellow. If we go by the Tournament of Power, he fights Topo. But we don't have a God or a God of Destruction version of Topo yet, so we don't really have his color typing. But if they do the way I think they're going to do it, I predict that unit specifically will be purple to go along with the color typing of yellow for Evolution Vegeta. Now, another reason I think yellow is because there's no strong yellow Vegeta unit currently. He could be a great option to replace Rage Trunks on the Vegeta family, so people are going to have a better offensive unit instead of, Rage Trunks just being pretty much a tank. And even I would say his tanking abilities in the current meta, they're starting to show their age quicker than I would have expected, to be honest, even with the power creep, because yeah, he can heal a bunch, but his ability to take hits with so many hyper offensive units now in the meta, he's becoming less and less effective as a soak for all that damage. But aside from that, those are my main predictions coming up for this banner. Comment down below what you think are the most likely units that we're going to see. To be honest, I would actually be really hyped for an Oob character as well, being one of those new GT characters that they would release. Now, hopefully, I'm right, and they are going to be releasing GT like a kind of a new core, I guess you could say, to the team. That would be fantastic. I've missed playing. I would probably get back into PvP a lot more seriously than I have been. I mean, I've stuck at like battle rank 10 for the last couple of seasons. I just keep grinding up to 10 and then I quit because I don't care. I really don't care. But yeah, if they brought GT back, I would definitely be more excited to actually play some matches and see what the GT tag can do again. Aside from that, I think that's all I got for you today. But if you've got any ideas of your own, if you think I'm wrong, or you've got something that you'd like to say, please comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Hope you guys have a great, fantastic rest of the week, and thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.